And we're back here, the Eltham Den, the Wildcat Den, on a Saturday night here for the men. The Spectres taking on the Wildcats. And we just saw in the women, we saw the Wildcats keep the season alive, Dwayne. Just get that win, take it into tomorrow against Melbourne, but keeping it alive.
Well, it was good. They just a bit of reward for effort. Had a pretty good year, and to compete against Nunawading, who had locked in their playoff spot, it's always good to get a win late in the season. Keep yourself alive to make the playoffs. Tonight, with the men, this is, the Wildcats men are probably not going to make the playoffs, but the Spectres, it's last little hit out before they're ready to go in the playoffs. Has been a contender for many, many years. This roster's been together for a long time, so it's going to be great to see if the Wildcats, new to the NBL1, can really take it to the Spectres.
And you talk about being together for a while, and you just look at a couple of names. Simon Conn, Shane McDonald, Andrew Steele,
Tom Wright,
Costas, Horonopoulos. Probably the only time I might get it right tonight. So, but you look at that's 5. And you add a Dane Swatala in there.
Well, and then they've added Lucas Walker this year. So they're going to be right there at the end of the season, contending for this title in the NBL1 men with the inaugural men's championship.
But for the Wildcats tonight, just having a look over there, and no Ben Waldron, still coming back from injury. But had him on earlier, Sam Whelan, and also had the captain, Mitch Lee, having a chat to us. You see the likes of Adam Doyle, the experience of the NBL on display, and it'll be a great matchup between him and Shane McDonald. Shane McDonald, crafty, able to find those guys on the dimes. And just as we get started here, we've just been joined, Vanessa Panousis, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Great little win just then.
Yeah, it was a tough win. It was a good win for us. Really pleased with it.
Keeps it alive going into tomorrow.
Not too sure. I think Waverley were up on Launceston, which is not good news, but I mean, hey, we still have to go in tomorrow and try and win that one and then end the season on a high.
So as we get ready here, we talk about that starting lineup for the Spectres, and it's Swatala, Conn, Steele, McDonald, Wright. Just experience there. I believe Tom Wright's just come back from the 3x3 as well, so see what he can bring tonight. And going to be Swatala getting Sykes in the tip. Very late, but it's McDonald to bring the ball down the floor. Come off that pick from Conn. There's Conn. Here's McDonald with the 3 ball at the top. Starts the game off Shane McDonald. Pick from Simon Conn down low. Just Justin Ava got himself caught up. You see Ava trying to get himself back with a 3 here, and it's good.
Nice shot.
A little shootout to start there.
It was what we spoke about last week, Tommy, with Justin Ava. Getting that early one. Gets himself going.
Good box out there from Steele. McDonald just looking to create his Swatala trailing up, and we're just going to trade 3 balls all night maybe.
Oh, it could be a bit like that.
Doyle to McKay on the wing, looking to create. Look to get Sykes inside. Skip past to Doyle. He's going to put the ball on the floor. Pull up.
Nice
and
shot.
It's good. Adam Doyle with the pull up too. You see straight away the Spectres pushing the ball down the floor. Straight into on ball action. Bradbury just stands tall and says nope. Sykes in the post again. Looking to go at Swatala. It's going to be a foul call.
So, Vanessa, we had a little chat earlier in the women's game about, we alluded to a little Instagram video from some activities that happened in the house during the week.
Yes. What was this video about? Nah. What was it about? What would you see?
Well, we see you might have had a visitor.
Yeah.
Spider,
now I remember. Yes, a little dirty visitor.
Little spider might have got stuck in the window.
Yes. Then the heroes, Chelsea Brooke and myself, had to come save the day.
Yeah,
which we did.
Why did you and Chelsea Brooke have to go and save the day?
Well, apparently we're experienced in this field, which I am definitely not. I think Chelsea Brooke had a bit more experience than myself, but I mean, we did our best. We got the spider, even though we had some screaming voices in the background of Chelsea Schweers and Maggie, but it was all good, saved the day. I feel like I didn't really do anything. It was all Chelsea Brooke, but we got the spider out from Chelsea's room.
But it's outside the flywire. It's not coming in.
Nah,
I'll leave it.
Normally I would say that, but the size of that spider, I would not trust it at all.
Yeah, Spectre's looking for the points to count just then. I think if you take an extra dribble after you get fouled, it's not always going to count. See, Con's going to try and get a post up here on Bradbury straight away. Referee's just determining where the ball is actually going to be. You see the lob inside. Talk about it, it happens.
It's just the experience from Con just to push Bradbury a little bit towards the ball, so opened up a bit more of the keyway for the lob.
Nice take.
And one! Justin Ava. Nice little handoff into the on-ball. Yeah, McDonald might have got caught on that on the wing. Don't quite know if it was the sign or not, but
nah, he was fine, and he just couldn't quite turn the corner to stay with him to defend.
A little bit of age showing, was it, on that play?
Nothing to do with age.
Yeah. As it is, Ava gets the extra. You see Steele against McKay, and there's that mid-range from Con. Sykes on the boards, and he's going to push it down the floor.
Uh-oh. Good
and one. Gee, Josh Sykes. Might have been a bit of contact on that. Swatala's unable to come get it. A tie ball game here. Here's Con. Just that mid-range game. You would have seen that a little bit last season, Vanessa.
Yes, yep.
After your game.
Very experienced team here. I mean, they've played together for a few years, so they know how each other play.
10 seconds on the shot clock here. Doyle comes off the on-ball. Short. Right with the ball here. Ava hustling for the ball here.
Great hustle.
Bodies on the floor. Ends up with the big fella. Finds McDonald. Tough D here. Dump off. And 2 points. Just that experience. Just knowing that Con was going to be there and McDonald just dumps it off for him. We touch on you playing last season with Nunawading.
Yep.
But juniors, where did it begin?
Sydney Comets, the old Alexandria Basketball Stadium. So I played all my juniors there from triple bottom age under 12s right through to under 18s.
Triple bottom age.
Yeah, so started when I was 9.
Very, very, very young.
Oh, charge? Good call.
You did I think you made the call just then, but it was there. And you progressed through, went to college overseas?
Yes. Yeah, I went to Virginia Tech for 4 years, in my 4 years of college there. Then came back, played in WNBL. My first season out from college was playing for Adelaide Lightning. And then just recently now for the Sydney Uni Flames. And
touch on Sydney.
Yeah, it was a good
last
experience.
Season.
I mean, it was a tough season. We had a lot of injuries. We had about four of our starters out, which made it tough throughout the season. But I mean, that made us young kids we were able to get a lot of court time.
Oh, sorry, Ned.
My bad. No. It's all good.
You just get up and throw one down. I think that was one he was looking for last week after Grover put him on a poster last week. He had to get one back.
Oh, I did see that.
And just as you say it, Steele says you can have a dunk, but the threes are worth more than 2.
So the WNBL experience last year, a bit tough with having so many out injured.
Yeah.
But we get to play a lot of minutes.
Yeah, it was. I mean, obviously, it sucks when you have injuries in your team, but that did allow me to play a little bit more than I thought I would have. And yeah, just like really gain that experience of playing both the 1 and the 2.
Bit of a warning here, I think, Dwayne, just for some of the Spectres players as they're coming off the floor. And see Bradbury take a seat and young Ovi McBeggar check in here. Doyle's going to look to create off the on-ball. Josh Sykes flips it. Doyle just a little short on that jump shot at the minute here.
Just couldn't quite control the ball there off the rebound. And we'll go back to the Wildcats. So what's next for Vanessa? We go back to WNBL next year, or
no?
We're exploring.
Yeah, we are exploring a little bit. As of yesterday, I signed in Greece, so I'll be going there the 1st of September.
Oh, excellent!
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah, a bit different, a different experience. Yeah, I just signed with Nikki Lefgardas, which is a team they were in the Euro Cup last year, but now they're just in the A1 league now in Greece. So yeah. Be a bit of a different experience. Pretty excited.
Very good. You got to, when you're young, got to go and experience.
Explore a little bit.
You got to go and do it. You know, when you're old, like some other people that we know.
Who's telling you you're old, Dwayne?
No, it wasn't me. It was other people that were, around.
Fair.
You missed the boat, but you got to go and do it.
McKay gets it to go here. We'll see Ben Eyre on the floor here. Trying to create against Doyle, and he's going to draw a foul. You're going to say he was shooting. Don't quite know if he turned to shoot the ball just yet.
Still a lot of dribbling action going on there before his shot.
Now you come to the Wildcats, and Coach Spencer got you across here. Obviously, you would have been at Nunawading together last season.
Yep.
What's it been like for you, being a part of the Wildcats community and just the community of Eltham in general?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's really, like a family community. I mean, everyone is lovely. We all have each other's backs in everything that we do. It's awesome, we're friendly, you may not even know someone and they come up to you, ask how you're going, ask how everything's going, and especially with some of the girls that are away from home, they've really welcomed us with open arms.
You talk about it being family.
Yeah.
I believe you spent a bit of time with the Davies.
Yes.
And has that made it feel a little bit like home for you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I can't go without saying that pretty much every Sunday we're over there for a little barbecue that they put on for us. So always look forward to our Sundays and definitely going to miss them.
There you go here, Justin Aver lines up for the 3, no good. And just come off the holidays, part of the camps. And what's it like to just see, as you talked about, those kids or the families of them coming up to you just anywhere in the streets or somewhere here? Sorry, Josh.
There we go, another one.
But seeing them come and support you here in the stands, and obviously a bit louder tonight with that defense chant, just getting behind you.
Yeah, of course.
You go.
Obviously, nice. Obviously we're their role models and, they look up to us, so whenever we can give back to them, whether it's working with them in individuals, working holiday camps, it's always a pleasure for us.
So we're not sure, Vanessa, whether who's being pushed in the front of the bus right now, but someone tells us you might have a little bit of an accent that you like to put on when you wander around the house at home.
Who is telling you this?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Wow. We were going to ask Chelsea Swears about her accent last week, but she can't not.
Oh,
put her
she
accent.
can definitely say this accent. Oh.
Gee whiz.
That would have got the crowd up and involved if that one had gone down.
Definitely.
And a little birdie might have tells us that...
Another one.
Yeah, another little birdie.
Uh-oh.
Might have been a different one.
All right.
That we do like to have the house clean.
Yes, I have a little OCD obsession with cleaning, but I mean, hey.
Much easier to live in a house when it's clean and you can find things.
Yep.
That being clean, I don't know if it was said, but bit of Glen 20, if I'm...
hey.
We don't know who's been stitched up here.
We had a few sicknesses in the house, so Glen 20 always helped with that, you know, keeping the germs out of the house.
A 3-point game here, Dwayne. Just what do you you're seeing Sykes go out of the game and a couple of subs in here. You see Steele gets the catch on the wing, unable to get it to go. What for the Wildcats here is just keeping them alive, just making it a little bit easier for you to get some good looks.
Oh.
As
a bit unlucky for Costa there. Like, the other end, it was probably a foul at the other end, and that one was let go. So I think that comes back from a little bit of chit-chat early with the Spectres, and the ref said, hey, that's enough. And when you get them on your side, the ref's going your way, you're good. If you get them on your going against you, you're going to struggle.
See the Wildcats here. McKay on the wing. Dumps it inside to Schaff. Unable to get it to go. It'll be Air to bring the ball down the floor here. Shaffett bring the ball down the floor. Little up and under. Had to go, but McNagor just keeps it alive. See that post touch again. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Little fader from McKay. Just touch over the top.
Chronopoulos on that left hand. Loves a left hand layup.
Well, it's just probably the person with the ball is the most dangerous person on the court. You probably shouldn't be running away from the ball if I'm defending the ball.
Shaffett looking to create. Here's McKay.
Oh.
Still keeps it alive. McKay's fouled on the pull-up.
We've probably given up a couple of open shots to get into other positions to score, and then admittedly it was probably contested. Lucky he got the foul. I think it's probably just got to make sure they continue to find open shots. Don't force ones into contested situations.
Now, Vanessa, let's talk about what was the gist of the halftime speech from Coach coming into the second half more defensively for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had said that scoring was not an issue for us. We were scoring the ball fine. It was just on our defensive end. We weren't getting enough stops. We were letting them have too many second chance points, second chance opportunities. So we wanted to cut out if that may. So yeah, we wanted to cut out their O boards. Yeah, and we knew if we were getting stops in a row, it'd allow us to run in transition and get early buckets for us.
We did see that. We saw the defensive pressure step up, and as soon as you did get the ball, pushing the ball down the floor, and Alice Koenig able to just get her feet in the paint, but when Chelsea Swears gets double teamed, what does it open up, say, for yourself as that comes?
Yeah, I mean, when anyone gets double teamed, there's obviously someone else open on the court. So she made really good read, passed the ball along, and then she was even open after that. So she was able to get the ball back into her hands after she got double teamed, and then we were able to find open shots, open players on the floor.
Well, Vanessa, we're going to let you off the hook right now.
Oh,
you're sweating
so
bullets thinking
sad.
it's going to
No, I'm very chilled here. I'm actually pretty comfortable.
You get the prime seat right here
I
at
might
half.
just stay for the rest of the game, actually. But nah,
So
thanks for having me.
you got a game to prepare tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
So
Last one.
Go and get the win tomorrow and finish the
with the
season off with a good win.
Thank you, guys. I'll keep you naturals here.
Thanks for coming in, having a chat.
Thank you.
And just as we wait for the little sheets of the stats to come across here, you talk about that little bit of talk from the Spectres to the referees, Dwayne, and you saw a couple of calls not quite go the way they thought they would, the Spectres, and
yeah, it's just the 50-50. If you've been into them, you've been upsetting the referee. You're not going to get a 50-50 call go your way if you've just been giving them a gobful the whole time. Everyone's doing their job. Just got to let them referee. Just keep your mouth shut and play.
You'll see the Wildcats will start with the ball here, but 3-point game. And it's going to come down to the that defensive side of things for both teams here. As we see Air, it's going to be up on Whelan. McKay's going to put the ball on the floor here.
Just right now with this group for the Wildcats, it's about who's going to be the scorer right now without Doyle on the floor and Ava to shoot it.
There's McKay will try to get himself going. There's Con just stands tall and just holds the ball above his head there inside. And it's for the Spectres, it's Swatala with 8. You got Simon Con with 8. So the two big guys going to work. And you see Magmagor with his hand in the lane. And Con's going to try and go at him here. And McKay comes across with the block.
That help from McKay. That was awesome there. Just come in, help the man out.
As Whelan will get him set up. Mitch Lee puts the ball on the floor. Tries to create. Here's McKay. Puts the ball on the floor. Dumps it off to McBeggar. Out to Shafford. Shafford with the 3.
The great ball movement. Just kept kicking it on, find the open. Eventually you find the open and they put the ball in the hole.
Might have been some contact for McBeggar inside. Didn't quite get the call, but Costas down the lane. Loves his left hand, as we just learnt from Vanessa Panousis. Mitch Lee's going to run the 1 here. You're going to bring Shafford off that handoff, pick and roll action. As Magmagor's inside, goes at Con, and just left hand touch, able to get the shot to go.
It's going to be a big weekend here for Magmagor tonight. Playing against Con tomorrow, going against the youth boys at Diamond Valley.
As we find Shafford, he stepped out of court and it goes in.
Got to know your place on the floor. Just got to make sure you have your heels inside the court and your toes outside the 3. No long 2s, Tommy, as we know. Get your toes outside the 3, but make sure you're standing in the court.
As we'll see, Sykes will come back into the game. And it's Whelan against the very experienced McDonald. Steele comes off the pick, looking for the shot. There's Costas down the lane, finds Con inside. Just good ball movement there. Feet in the paint, hit the little dunkers, and you're good. There's Air will step up here, trying to put a bit of heat on Whelan. Magmagor on the wing.
You just see there with Con just stepping way off Sykes when he goes out to the 3.
Magmagor at the rim, stays with it, keeps it alive. Finds Whelan at the top. Thought Whelan might have pulled that shot after we had our little chat. Crates, find Lee in the corner. Lee falling away. Can't get it to go. Con with the boards. Here's the Spectres pushing the ball down the court. There's Air with the 3. Ben Air with the 3 ball. Just it's only 3 points here. And 31 points for the Spectres and 28 just in a quarter and a half. It's
and it's the 3 ball right now. The Wildcats need to defend because That's the 5th triple that the Spectres already hit. So they've got half their score from behind the 3.
There's going to be a late call here by the referee.
That's got to make sure that they start to defend this 3 ball a lot better.
As we'll see Doyle check in here for Whelan. And must be a little match-up going on here with Coach Buer checking in Tom Wright as soon as Adam Doyle went to the bench. You're going to get Con inside against Magdagore. He's going to go here, and he's going to go that right-hand hook, draw a foul, and 1.
Yeah, this is going to be the key matchup, right, is how we're to defend Con. He had 8 at quarter time and has already got 4 now and then heading back to the foul line. So it's got to make sure we defend him much better, take him out. As we see Bradbury checks into the game. Bit extra height, try and get a bit of handover. Might even be a little bit of, go to a bit of zone or just mix it up a little bit, just for a couple of possessions, take them out of their flow a little bit. If they've got a bit of a run here for the Spectres, you want to get them out of it now before it gets out too much more than 6.
As it is, Doyle kicks the Sykes, back to Doyle. You're going to look to pin Doyle, Sykes inside. Shafford off on ball, pull up. That's good. We saw that last week. Dave Shafford just been able to create, get himself his feet set, and elevate above the D and get that shot off.
Yeah, just run your defender off a couple of screens, turn a corner, and as soon as you're open, we're shooting it.
A little bit like Steph Curry, isn't it? See that up fake from Con, fade away, no good. Bradbury with the boards. There's that boards, a little bit of height. Sykes finds Doyle on the wing. Doyle pull up. There we go, Adam Doyle gets that pull up going for himself here. You see Swatala heading towards the bench here. Probably to bring a little bit of athleticism against Sykes back into the game. Here's Steele with the 3 ball. He might have missed his first couple, but Steele with the 3. We got Doyle against McDonald, and Wright's going to go back to him. Go here, Doyle off the handoff. Bradbury just uses that big body, gets in the way. Shafford, might have been a bit of contact. He's looking for the call.
And there's a technical. They warned them all earlier if we cannot talk back to the ref. So, complain. And now there's a bit of a discussion with Coach Lee. As the referee walks away, doesn't want to have into a conversation.
We'll see a sub check in here. It'll be Costas. Take a seat. Swatala's in. There's just seen the captain Mitch Lee go over and ask the question. Might just let his old man know. He let his old man know, and looking over at Coach Lee, he can't believe it, but right, hit the first there, and it's back to 6. And able to get the second to go. 5 minutes to go here, Dwayne, in the second quarter. Wildcats down 7, and it's you might see here Con trying to just outwork Bradbury, try and get that inside touch again. As we'll see, a little flick. There's McDonald, finds Steele in the corner. Steele on the pull-up, and it's good. Sykes caught out of position.
It comes from right at the start. When you get beaten on the dribble right at the start, everybody's got to go and help. Puts everybody out of position. So Spectres are on. Josh Sykes just hanging back looking for a block there, but
the smarts
didn't go to the rim.
Smarts and McDonald. Now we're going to see a post up here. Steele on the wing. Steele for 3 buckets in a row. Can't get it to go. You see Doyle hustle after it. Swatala gets it, keeps it alive. Floater here. No good. Bradbury comes up with it. Doyle's just going to slow things down here and get a set for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think it's almost for the Wildcats. They're almost needing the timeout right now just to reset, talk about what we're going to do defensively, and make sure we get a score.
And there's that timeout you talk about. You must be a coach or something going on, Dwayne.
No, that was just lucky timing on my behalf. But yeah, they just haven't been able to get anything going offensively for the last few possessions. So they just need to make sure they just structure up, make sure they get into the hoop,
You see,
find the open shooter.
Assistant coach here, Steve Smith, just asking to get the final answer on what that tech foul was for, and the referee just explained he lifted his hands looking for a call, a little loud, but they were told no talking back. They were all given a warning.
Yeah, I think it was just that little gesture of waving your arms up and down, and the referee sees a bit of dissent, and fair enough. You can't be waving your arms and carrying on to the referee. Mightn't have looked that bad, but it is what it is, and we push on.
As it is, they'll give the hurry up. We'll see a couple of juniors run around the court here. And I think you're just going to make sure, hopefully, the Wildcats lock in defensively here. Just going to chip away a couple of stops at a time. We'll see Ava check back in here. Sat for a while
and
there,
McKay comes back in as well.
And see a little bit of maybe some scoring punch from them. As it is, we've got McDonald. Bring the ball up. Fine steal, and they're going to go back to the well. Great box out from Bradbury to come up with that board. Right, all over Adam Doyle. Even to the point where he wants to hold his singlet too. We're going to get that call.
Well, that's his second. And they did get warned, saying keep your hands off, and straight back on, bang foul. So
we almost have Jeremy McKay right on top of us here. Hit Sykes. Can you get Doyle off a pick? Floater's no good. Sykes fell over.
Has gone over. Gets up a little bit ginger.
Right, puts the ball on the floor. No good. Bradbury comes up with it. We're going to see McKay push the ball down the floor here.
Sykes is looking for trail. Couldn't get it to go. Nice
Pull
step
up
through.
and under.
That was actually in the cylinder when he's tipped it out.
He also hit the ring as well. He couldn't believe it. But,
You can take it off the rim, but you can't take it out of the rim.
just as the ref explains, it was already going down. Straight to that action. There's Con, mid-range game. Simon Con, he'll go again.
Well, he's had the practice, couldn't get the second one to go.
Doesn't normally miss two from there, Simon Con. I don't know why Bradbury was hanging around just then, looking to run the point guard.
I'm not sure. That mid-range jumper from Simon Con has
Steal
worked
here.
well for him over his career. They pushed the ball hard. The Spectres couldn't get it to go.
There's steal and one.
and Doyle with a cheap foul, really.
I don't think it, being honest, I think he might have just had a swipe at it and the referee's gone, I'll have a call. That's his second, Doyle. As we'll see, Swatala still having a chat about the goaltending. The referee just informed it was in the ring.
Yeah, and I think you'll find that he might have actually touched the rim as well. You can't touch the rim. You touch the ball off the rim, but
there's Con inside. The Wildcats struggling right now to find a matchup for Con.
well, and they've had a bit of issue with that all year with mental blank now, Tommy, from Bendigo. He had
Ray Turner.
Ray Turner had 36 on him about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Just couldn't get a match up to defend the
Doyle.
big.
Here's Sykes late in the shot clock. Josh Sykes with the three.
Well,
A few kids in the stands on their feet after that one.
well, everyone would have thought it was a dunk, but he's hit the triple.
He's McDonald. He's struggling to stay on his feet right now. There'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with the Spectres.
And they're all over each other, trying to get it.
And we might see the floor wipers just come out here, and the players might do it with their shoes for all we know.
Just got to wake the floor wipers up first. Just having a little snooze.
We won't name who it is down there.
No names required.
Josh Sykes just getting those gold shoes involved. Just making sure everyone sees.
Must have been enough. No, sweetie, so they haven't been working hard enough.
A minute 56 here. 8-point game. Here's Swatala, put the ball on the floor, pull up, short. Here's Sykes pushing the ball down the court. McKay tried to be a little bit cute with it. And
I think at some point you have to go and shoot it. Nice move to McKay, but just go and finish. Get up above the rim and throw it down, and we all move on. But unfortunately, they turn the ball over.
Here's Steele to Renopoulos. Doyle puts his body in the way. Good tip from Bradbury just to keep it alive for the Wildcats.
To get into that handoff action quite a bit, the Spectres.
There's going to be an offensive foul called here. As I believe it's Van Ryn puts his body on the line. Coach Lee can't believe it. As it is, it'll be Spectres ball. A minute and a half here, Dwayne. 8 points. Wildcats in foul trouble. Every time they foul now, the Spectres are going to the line. You see Air try and create downhill, find Van Ryn. Contested shot, and it's good.
It's just a matchup problem right now with Bradbury having to defend on the perimeter. And Sykes end up with a moving screen.
Yeah,
couldn't
time out
see
here.
that with the referee standing away, but that was the call.
That's Sykes' third. We'll go time out to the Wildcats, and the Spectres are just up and about. 11-point lead. Minute 12, and Coach Lee's just getting them on the feet. He's going to get it back on their terms, get it back the way they want to play, and trying to create just that ball movement we saw earlier. You talk about who the scorer was going to be with McMagor, Whelan, Lee on the floor, but the ball was moving. It's getting through hands, and they're creating open shots.
Yeah, they've just gone a little bit stagnant. Not getting ball through hands. We saw in the women's game with feet in the paint. Got to get the ball in the paint and then find the open player.
That inside-outside game, and right now it's the Spectres have been getting that. We saw in the last play, Ben Eyre gets his feet in the paint. Bradbury helps from the strong side, leaving the shooter, and the Van Ryn just knocks it down. We're going to have a baseline ball here to the Spectres. I believe the screen was called outside the top of the three-point line, but...
Well, I couldn't see it, Tommy. I can't comment because some referees and players were in the way. People at home would have been able to see that on the replay.
Good rotation there from Ava. There's that mismatch we talk about, and Van Ryn looking for 2 in a row. Swatala with
nice
the
pass
behind the back. Good extra pass there to Steele. Steele knocks down the 3. Be Doyle against Air. Air trying to get all over him here. Run Lee off the pick. McKay inside. McKay just a little back shot over the front.
Gets the hoop. It's all about defense now for the Wildcats. Got to lock in. Don't want to give up a cheap score here at the end. Well, they're lucky that Swatala didn't go. And then we've got a foul off the ball or something here.
I believe it's on the...
Not sure who the foul's on. They called 8.
He's called 8. The foul's going to be on Justin Ava.
On Justin Ava, the foul's for. Everybody's not too sure what's going on, actually.
Coach Steve Smith might want to be careful here. He might get a tee on the bench here. And just going to have a chat here. I'm a little confused myself here, Dwayne. I don't know who the call was on. I believe it's on Justin Ava. I don't think anyone has any idea how that was a foul, but
I don't think even the other referees. Jason Kelly went down and had a chat. He wasn't sure what was going on either.
And Dean McCarthy. There's Van Ryan with the three. He's hit his last one from there. You see Whelan with the ball here. As they extend, Ava. Justin Ava with the three. Cuts it back to 12 at half time for the Wildcats. And you saw just that composure.
It's a good way to finish the last quarter. He's going to hit the three.
And Coach Lee just coming out to have a chat here. And the referees aren't going to have a chat. They're going to go to their room. Coach Lee's going to go to his group. And
I think for right now it's about making sure. You can just see Coach Lee wasn't happy. Coach Smith standing in the middle of the court wasn't happy either. But you've got to make sure we keep worrying about the game and still got to keep coaching to get wins. How about the referees? Let's let them do their job. Mightn't like it, but you've just got to push on and play with what you got.
It's just as we wait for our little stat sheet here, just got a little bit of 3-on-3 with the Wildcat Juniors out here, Dwayne, and something for them to just be involved at these games.
Well, I think the 3-on-3 game has become quite big now around the world, and Australia has probably sagged behind a little bit. So get the kids involved in a bit of 3-on-3 now is only going to make 3-on-3 in Australia better down the track in years to come, with it becoming an Olympic sport. Hopefully we get the men and women qualified soon. Unfortunately, women didn't quite get an automatic qualification, finishing 4th in the Amsterdam a few weeks ago. So they'll have to push on with a few more qualification games to make it.
And you're not wrong there, Dwayne. It has grown, and being a coach myself, introducing it into trainings with the under-16s, I don't know about yourself, but introducing that style of game, how up-tempo it is, how physical you can actually get, takes it back a little bit to what basketball used to be.
Yeah.
And just that physicality, being allowed to play a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that the speed, and playing those small-sided games at practice with the kids is always good for their learning, rather than just can't just throw the balls out and go and play just scrimmage in 5-on-5. Just some small-sided games and little breakdowns and just let them play. That's why kids play, because they love the game. So we make it, too much thinking involved. Sometimes the kids just switch off and it doesn't become fun. And it's all about fun for the kids.
Now back to this game that's on our hands. Just before we take a short little break, the stats that stand out to me, you talk about that feet in the paint, it's creating these shots for the shooters, and the Spectres 9 of 14 from the 3-point line. 9 of 14 from the 3-point line, shooting 64% as a team. That's inside-outside game right there. 18 points in the paint. But now we get 27 off of just the 3.
Well, get 27 out of your 54. That's half your score from the 3. We need to be, the Wildcats, I should say the Wildcats, need to be doing a better job at defending that. And that really comes from, as you say, people getting beat in the paint. You've got to go and help. Opens up your man and they go and score. So, got to do a better job at stopping the ball, getting in the paint, and take away that 3 ball.
As it is, we'll take a short break. We'll have a look at these stats and we'll try and see what the Wildcats are going to bring out in the second half about containing the ball and trying to get themselves back into this game. It's only 13 points, so it's definitely nowhere out of their hands, but let's see if they can get themselves back into it and try and make a little bit of a game of it. As we get back here, right before the half-time break. What are you seeing on the stats, Dwayne?
You raised it just before we left. Was 9 from 14 from the 3. It was, for the Spectres, great shooting from them. But a lot of the other stats is still pretty even. But it's just about making sure we defend the shooter a little bit better.
And that those knocking down your shots just gets the assists up, is what it is. And while the Spectres have 13, the Wildcats still got 9 of their own. It's got 9 turnovers to go with it though, which doesn't help. We'll see Ava curl off the pick, dumps it at the Big's feet, but he's unable to catch it.
Yeah, and Bradbury there just telling me, throw it up in the air, man, don't chuck it at my feet.
Here's Swatala popping, looks to go downhill. Here's McDonald, little left hand. The foul's going to be called on Bradbury here. I don't quite know where the contact was on that play, but
couldn't see through the crowd, man.
Yeah, Vanessa Panusa standing in our way again. She just wants to be back on the broadcast. Must be. McDonald rattles it in. Yeah. 27 seconds played already. A 14-point game. Could be 15 here. You see Bradbury, a strong box out.
Not really the ideal start from the Wildcats. Needed to get a score straight away and then make sure we defend. Couldn't quite get it to go. The Spectres are all up in your shirt for Ava. Get all the way to the rim.
Draws the foul. And a little bit of bodies flying around right now, Dwayne, and just drawing some fouls as they go at it. Don't mind me, just while I check how my Brisbane Lions are going, Dwayne. Right now. You with your Richmond Tigers, we touched on that earlier. Always a little bit of
footy. Got to have a bit of life balance.
As Ava gets the first to go. Gets the second. Bradbury just muscles Swatala under the basket. I reckon if that came off, he might have been able to just tip it back in. As it is, 13-point game. Swatala's going to pop here. Sykes is right there with him. He's going to go at Sykes inside. Little fade away. Tough contest from Sykes, but Swatala just gets that little extra reach over the top.
Yeah, and Sykes got to be careful. He's in with 3 fouls, so he didn't want to go too aggressively to defend it. So there's Swatala. Just a little bit of breathing room to be able to make the 2 on the fade away.
Here's Doyle. There's that pass we spoke about. Bradbury unable to get it to go. McDonald skips it across to right with the 3, and it's good. We talk about getting out to the shooter, but it's hard to get out to the shooter when there's no one there.
Well, I'm not sure where to go, Tommy, because you give up an easy layup.
Sykes hit one in the first half. Can't get it to go, and the Wildcats are going a little bit stagnant right now. Swatala just keeps that low, but throws it straight to Bradbury. We'll go one-on-one here. McKay, just smart, uses the body to create, and Bradbury, way to follow through.
Good work, get hustled on the board from Bradbury. Couple of easy putback.
Couple of bodies on the floor there. Just McKay and Wright, just give each other a little tap. Say, good job, way to compete. Here's Swatala, high post, gives it to McDonald. Left-hand floater. Can't go, but it's Con on the board. McKay will come up with it. Bradbury, yet again, looking for the ball. Here's Sykes at the ring. He will be fouled. Yeah, call it on Con.
I could have gone with either one really under the rim, so it's just pot luck on who was going to call the foul on.
That'll be Con's third. As Sykes goes to the line.
He misses the first. Maybe he's getting a bit close after now becoming a 3-point shooter. Maybe not.
All I know is those gold shoes are standing out right now, but his housemate Adam Doyle Got some white Nikes on right now with a little bit of pink, I think, around the Nike on the back. But here's Con. Gets that little fake. Wants to go that right-hand hook. Steal inside. And foul is going to be on Bradbury. Just waving off the basket afterwards. Won't count. And you see that that attention Con draws inside that.
And a nice back cut there from Steele. Getting on the rim.
As the double team does go over.
Just being smart, being aware. If your man's going to go and help, make sure you attack. Get in a position where you can be a scorer. Don't go and hide. Couldn't make the second one. Doyle comes up with a rebound.
Right all over him. Bradbury, high post jump shot. Can't get it to go, and Con comes up with the boards. And you see that ball punch straight down the court here. Doyle gets his hand in.
And Bradbury's looking to run, get on the rim. Couldn't
Doyle
find him.
Looks to create. They just can't get the shots to drop right now, the Wildcats. Down 16. Swatala trailing down. Tries to put his body in front of Doyle. He'll pop back. Miscommunication. Doesn't get it to go, but O-Boards gives him a second chance. Swatala into Con. There's that mid-range that we talk about. Bradbury with the boards. Holds it above his head and
nearly got the tip.
A little floater over the top.
A little floater.
I think Josh Sykes was trying to run off the back of Doyle right there and just jam it over the top of everyone. As he did twice in the first quarter. Back cut, you're going to see the handoff flick here. Steele kicks it back to Con.
Flick around the back.
McKay
couldn't handle it.
Oh, smooth move by McKay, and he'll be fouled in transition. He'll go to the line. Chance to cut it to 12. Try and give the Wildcats a little bit of hope. And Jeremy McKay, been an addition since the first time they played Ringwood, at Ringwood in the double overtime game. But the addition he's brought is brings a bit of energy, bit of voice off the bench or off to start the game for the Wildcats. And you see on that play then, the energy and the sprint down the court. He's unable to get it to go.
No, he's just a competitor.
You see Contrail into a pick here, mid-range, and it's good. Had two warm-up ones before. It knocks down the next one. McDonald trying to guard. Here's Sykes! Oh my goodness!
Whoa. There's that
Little
little connection they've got with that alley-oop reverse dunk from Sykes. Oh, and there's a foul here off the ball.
I think it's going to go on Sykes and give him his fourth.
There's two. You're right there.
It might have been a bit of contact.
And that will be Sykes' fourth.
See,
so two big fellas go out. Bradbury and Sykes, and McBeggar and Whelan comes in. Might be looking to maybe get up the floor a little bit. The Wildcats defensively. Go get them a little bit earlier rather than just pack it in the paint.
McDonald goes to steal. There's a double from McKay. Tips the pass. And it's going to go off the Wildcats.
Better defensively, just go to the double team straight away, but everybody else pack in the paint so they can't get that.
Carrying the hands high to take that pass away from Con too.
It's hard to foul when you've got your hands way up and the refs can see where your hands are way up.
There's Swatala off the inbound. Can't get it to go. Saves it, keeps it alive. Here's McKay on the end of the break. Jeremy McKay with the jam.
That's just a hustle play defensively, and McKay gets rewarded with the jam.
Good job by Ava here to front the post, working hard. And foul's going to be called on the pass. Just as he puts that hand in. Wildcats going to have to be careful here. That's 4 on them. As we'll see Costas and Ben Eyre check in. We'll see the two guards, McDonald and Wright, check out. See the two big walls stand here. Con's going to come off a pick here. Looking to get it underneath the basket. Good play by Magbegor. And they're going to get a jump call.
Loose ball. It's going to go to the Spectres with 12 on the shot clock.
Looks like they might go the same play here. Steele running out.
Just going to switch out.
Ava in. There's that mid-range. Con able to get it to go.
And Whelan with a little push underneath on the rim. Just sort of walked him under.
There's that fifth that we spoke about on the Wildcats.
We get some little commentary coming behind that not happy with the foul, but anyway.
And see Con take a seat here. Just as the Wildcats go small, Coach Buer says that I'll go small as well and give my big fella a rest as we try to get ready for our finals campaign. A little bit of cheek from old teammates behind us, I think, as well.
Oh, he couldn't get them both to miss both off the foul line. So
Magbegor comes up with, gets it to Whelan. Whelan running the one here, Doyle in the two.
I'm liking to see this
Whelan
Doyle
matchup.
combination.
Here's Magbegor. Little reverse and one, Obi Magbegor. Just that late rotation from the Spectres. And
I think freeing up Doyle a little bit, play him in the two, leave Whelan handle the ball up the floor, and he can run off some screens and create a bit.
also opens up Justin Ava too to be able to run that floor a little bit as Magbegor gets the extra, and the Wildcats are within 10 here.
Yeah, it's back to 9, and the crowd, the bench up off their feet. The crowd starting back in the game for the Wildcats.
You see Waldron up off the seat. Here's McKay all over Van Ryn. You got Whelan on Costas. Great
Good
D help
defense there from the Wildcats.
There's that hustle from McKay that we spoke
loose
about.
Ball, and they're looking to run now.
Here's Ava pushing the ball. Finds Doyle. He's going to pull up and shoot the three. And Doyle with the three. And the Wildcats are on their feet. The fans are up and about. As they get the defense chant going, the Spectres just need to compose themselves here.
Well, you can see it's all about composure. They've just gone straight to the bench. We're going to sub Con back in, try and calm them down, go back in the paint.
And Steele unable to get the three to go. Here's the Wildcats. Back to 6. Wright goes to the bench as well. Here's Doyle with that pull-up.
Doyle gets going again, and we get timeout here.
Long 2 from Adam Doyle, but it doesn't matter. Wildcats within 4.
And within a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, Tommy, it's gone from 14 back to 4. And the Spectres got to talk about it.
Yeah, quietly, Dwayne. Well, they're not very quiet, but the Wildcat fans are up and about.
The Wildcats there starting to make some noise. Both the bench are up, and the fans up behind them. The kids are starting to jump up and down.
A few of the Youth League boys getting ready ahead of tomorrow. Just coming down to support the men. Down to our left here.
Little delivery, some M&Ms. Might be dinner.
Bit of family share apparently. Share.
I share with my left hand and my right hand. I think we should be share with everybody on the bench.
Is that the production manager to your left, Jordan Canavan, just looking for some? But as we see, we'll get back to the games. Enough about us. The Spectres back
fun
on the court here, and you hear that cheer going on. That's the Wildcats fans just getting around the group and still running. We got Doyle and Whelan, 1-2, Ava at the 3. Yeah, the 4-5 of Magbegor and McKay.
Yeah, Con comes in and Swatella goes out. So this is the key matchup right now with defending Con.
There's that double. Ava rotates to the corner and the Wildcats force a turnover, Dwayne.
Good rotation there from Ava. Just didn't quite get there to get a deflection, but just put them under pressure in the corner.
Whelan running the one here. Giving Doyle a little bit of a rest off the ball.
I think this is
There you go.
good option right here.
McKay just goes, come on, let's go, let's go. Gets his teammates involved. Doyle puts the ball on the floor. Whelan with the extra.
And now they get with the mismatch almost here with Ava defending Con.
Ava comes and sets the pick. A foul be called. It's going to go on Van Ryn. And that'll be
the bonus
as well. We've got a long 3 minutes here if teams are just going to foul, Dwayne.
Well, it's about finding the mismatch and finding the open player. So they go to the double team in the on ball. It's got to find the open one.
Ava rattles in the first. Shooter's roll, we call it. Doesn't rattle it, it's shooter's roll. Gets the second to go. We'll see Mitch Lee will check in here for Justin Ava. The Wildcats are on their feet. Ava's talking still as he comes off, getting his teammates involved.
Just trying to work out, still a bit of miscommunication there on who we're all meant to be defending.
You see Lee.
And find someone eventually.
There's McKay there, great D. It's going to be tipped by Magbagor. Con was just trying to just back his way in then.
He's just trying to back his way in, yeah. Look at the 14 here on the clock. He's got to watch for this screen for Con going to the hoop.
We're going to go high to right. McKay on right here. McKay calls for the pick. They're just going to switch it here, the Wildcats. Con's going to go inside. Magbagor up the top. Tough shot from Costas.
Floater from Costas, couldn't get it to go. And McKay on a rebound.
Here's Doyle bringing the ball down the floor. Going to get an early pick here from Lee and Magbagor. Just take your pick. McKay is going to get a blocking call on Con. I reckon that might be Con's four.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Tommy. And Swatala and Wright are looking to check back in. You're right there. Con picks up his fourth. We're still in the third quarter here, so...
See McDonald check in here.
And Costas checks back out. So this little matchup with the Wildcats going a little bit smaller sort of upset the Spectres a little bit.
Okay, gets the first to go. Short. Magbagor, huge boards. Over the top. Lee looking for the ball on that wing.
McKay just screaming for the ball on the mismatch.
Kicks it out. Lee said he wanted the ball. Dishes to Magbagor. 1 second. Gets it up. No good. McKay with the hand
come
in there.
Up with a rebound though.
He's Whelan at the top. They're going to go back at McKay. Dive from Magbagor. 8 seconds. And McKay draws a foul. Chance to knock them both in and put the Wildcats in front here, Dwayne.
Well, at half time when the Wildcats are down 13, it was probably not something that we're thinking about that the Wildcats would be leaving at three-quarter time, but they've turned around, defended much better, and they're looking to attack to score.
We see Doyle take a rest here. Shafford check in. Probably just a little break before the fourth quarter for Adam Doyle. And we've got a tied ball game. Okay. No good on the second. The tie ball game here. McDonald says, give me the ball. I want to run the show here. Get the guys in order. We'll see Lee on McDonald. There's Wright with the three. No good. Strong boards from Magbagor. And Whelan comes and gets the ball. Run the one. And he wants to push it. He says, let's play it with some speed. There's Whelan. Up top here. Come off the pick from Magbagor. Pull up. Sam Whelan, no good. McKay on the boards.
On the glass.
And a little go. Do you call that a scoop or a hook shot, Dwayne?
Oh, it's a
both. 2 points, no matter what.
The way the ball went in, and that's just come hustle on the glass. Good turn the corner from Whelan, gets his feet in the paint.
Extra pass, finds Air. Air with the pull up, and that's a brick. I'm sorry to say it, but that's a brick. And you see McKay pushing the ball down the floor.
We're going to go. McKay's going to go to the line.
That might be Wright's fourth as well here.
Yeah, you're right. That's his fourth. So the Spectres have gone a little bit stagnant, a little bit one pass, stand around. And gone away from that sort of flow where they're making a few extra pass, find the open. And when you're shooting in the first half at 64% from the three. Eventually you're going to, hopefully eventually you're going to miss a few for the defenders. Sure, offensively you're not hoping you're going to miss them.
You see Bradbury check in here for McKay.
They'll probably last minute before the three-quarter time break. Give McKay a little rest now so he can get back in the last quarter. He's going to have to play for the whole last quarter.
You see, Justin Ava's been off for a while as well, so Coach Lee might be getting a little bit of a rest in for some guys. Here's Wright with the three. Wright can't get it to go. Whelan was looking to kick it ahead. He does. Here's Shaffett with the three.
Shaffett with the three, and they're on the bench.
Josh Sykes and Adam Doyle near the halfway line.
We talk about feet in the paint in transition. No, about the feet in the paint. Let's just hit the three straight away. Kick ahead.
You see the juniors of the club for the Wildcats are up on their feet here for the last.
Defense chant is up.
McDonald finds steal. McGregor contests. No good. And it's going to be last off the Spectres. You see Doyle, Sykes.
We're going sub here. Costa comes back in.
You just saw then on that last play, Doyle, Sykes, Ava, Waldron, even the physio, Brett Cole, all on their feet, just getting around the troops. Shout out to our Cole Family Chiropractic as well.
Good to have the support of the local businesses around the Eltham area.
Just keeping the boys on the floor.
6 seconds to go.
Shaffett
turns the ball over.
Whelan trying not to foul. And Costas, that'll count. Gets it back to 4. Mitch Lee falling over there. Looks to be all right.
We get a three-quarter time at 65-69 with the Wildcats up 4. Big turnaround in that quarter.
And just something right now, Dwayne. You touched on who the Spectres got earlier in the season. Mind you, coming up against the Wildcats was his first game, but Lucas Walker, I haven't seen hit the floor tonight.
Hasn't been in at all, Lucas Walker. So
is that a little thing to look after him, or look after the body, or?
Well, coming into playoffs, maybe he's just got a little niggle injury or something. So to look after himself, as Mr. Jeffers is making some court announcements, making it a little bit hard to hear here, but
yeah,
we'll push on.
There we go.
A little pat on the back there for JC and Connor for the work in the staff.
Just a little thank you speeches going on right now. As far as I know.
Yeah.
I think that you and I, just a little pat on the back here right now, I think, is what he's trying to point out. But
we haven't done anything, Tommy. We just sit here and enjoy the game, and that's why we come, because we love it. So with ready to start the last quarter here, the Wildcats leading by 4. The crowd is up and about, trying to cheer the Wildcats home. They got the win with the women. They got the women home in the last quarter.
See if they can get the men here. And it's going to be the Wildcats' ball to start. As the referee just points out in front of us.
Interesting time here in the first couple of minutes with making sure we keep defending properly. With Bradbury and Spatella is going to be an interesting matchup here. Oh, that's clear double.
I think Whelan just got away with a double dribble, and I think he knows it as well. And the foul's going to go on Costas here. As the coach of Nunawading just having a chat to the referee. I think that's one they missed.
Well, clear, and even Sam's big grin on his face, he knows he
got away with that. As he comes off an on-ball here, Whelan finds Bradbury inside. Bradbury with a hook shot, no good. It's going to be Air to bring the ball down the court. Steele on the wing. And here goes Air at the ring against McGregor. No good. Steele slips through his hands. Might have had some
Nearly
popcorn
a
at the
tip there
movies
from
last
Magda.
night.
Nearly a tip. And there's a little mismatch here in the post with Steele trying to post up Whelan.
And Mitch Lee comes to get the double, but Steele just using that footwork inside, a little up and under. And just as we are getting into the fourth quarter here, we're joined by Greg Jeffers. Welcome.
Thanks, mate.
It's good to have you on board. Little speech there at three-quarter time.
Just a thank you. It's a lot of time and effort from people in our club to make this whole event happen, and good opportunity at the final break of the final home game to thank those people, including your good selves, Dwayne and Tom, for all your efforts.
That's all we said. We just come and watch the games. It's a whole lot of fun.
But what a last quarter we have, eh? Didn't think this was going to happen at midway through the second.
Well, it's like with the same with the women. We had a great last quarter and got them over the line. Hopefully the crowd can stay up on their feet, get the men over the line here in the last.
Whelan with the fadeaway, unable to get it. Magbacore on the boards, dumps it to Bradbury. Bradbury up again, and the second chance is good. You did touch on the NBL1 to the club and all that, but what does it mean to the club, Greg, for the NBL1, for the Wildcats to be in it, as Swatala hits a three here?
Oh, look, it's put us on a new level, to be quite honest. I mean, you look down here, just look at the women's games that have been played here, and the number of young girls that came down to watch the games. In particular the girls. It's nice finish by Bradbury eventually. But it's not just the players. It's also the fact that we've got some coaches now that can be part of a pathway of development, and it's our game day staff, our technical officials. Nice three from Steele. It has just, for anyone involved in our club, it's suddenly just put them on a new level. And I think you see from our young game day staff the opportunity they've had to take their performances to a new level themselves as well. It's been fantastic.
Here's Sam Whelan with the three. We get to go. Bradbury trying to hustle for those boards.
Montmorency, of course, to be built in 2020, finished in 2021, a 1,200-seat stadium will just house our crowds beautifully. Nice finish.
And the Spectres right now, Dwayne, just getting their feet in the paint and just trying to open it up a little bit more and get that movement off the ball.
I think it's coming from the not a lot of weak side help coming in to help now. Just got to go back to lock in defensively.
Dave Shaffer, there's that pull-up jump shot.
See the sub sitting on the bench ready to come in.
It's a fair contingent, that next subgroup. McKay, Doyle and Ava.
It's just that penetration. It's about containing the ball at the moment. He's getting blown by too many times too easily to get their feet in the paint.
We NBL1, it draws a different crowd, but sponsors, Greg, what people want to get on board? A lot more?
Sponsors and government, to be honest. The whole thing, just as soon as you attach the NBL's name and with what the NBL level has done in its own league, to then attach local associations to that, it's made government stand up, pay attention, local councils and state government pay attention and help out. But then local business as well. AccuStructure, a new sponsor of ours, Laverne and Lawrence are a new sponsor. Eltham Leisure Centre actually properly, jumped on board this year. It's meant that businesses in Eltham have really contributed to our cause because there's something they can really get behind. The local schools being able to see the attachment to having this program and being linked in with their schools, it's been significant. You wouldn't realise that, but Montmorency Secondary College, their principal talks about it all the time, the excitement that the NBL1 is coming to his facility in a couple of years' time with the new stadium. Eltham High School loved the exposure they got from Game of the Week. There's not much here in the Northeast in terms of elite level sport, and to have basketball as the elite level sport in this region, it puts us right at the top of the deck in the community.
I think those sponsors talk about, Greg, are become part of the family.
Offensive foul here on Swatala.
We were talking with Vanessa Panousis earlier about how much she's enjoyed her time here, and she just welcome in, and the Wildcats is just a really big family. Everybody's involved, and having the sponsors come in, they are just become part of the family.
They have, and it's funny, you know, I'd speak to so many people here at Eltham that have never been anywhere else, and they don't quite realise how good they've got it here. As someone's come from outside the club myself, you don't realise, you come to realise pretty quickly how different Eltham is in that way, and sponsors are obviously a part of that, but it's been prominent. The likes of Chelsea Schweers, who's been around at all different places, and Panussa's the same boat. Those sort of people coming into our club and saying, this is just different, it has a different feel, it confirms in my mind what I've always been saying.
Nice move from McBegor there. We get it back tied at 77.
McDonald to bring the ball down the floor here.
Isn't that a matchup, Doyle and McDonald?
Steele against Lee. And there's Swatala with the fadeaway three, and it's good.
He's hit some big threes, Swatala.
Just trying to get his team over the line here, and just a little bit of extra talk. And Doyle just going to get him set here. Pull up. And he's going to drop in.
Nice little shooter's roll.
You talk about that matchup, and the other matchup was Wright versus Doyle as well. Wright coming off that 3x3 in the World Championships as well. We see Doyle going against McDonald. Here's Lee. Mitch Lee with the three. And we get it to go. You're going to push it down the floor here, the Spectres.
Well, and that, I think that'll be McBegor's fifth. So it's going to be interesting times on who we go to now.
Sykes on his feet here.
Looks like it will be Sykes. He'll come back in. I think Sykes has 4, so in all fairness, the Spectres with Con has 4 and
Wright sitting on the
got
bench.
4.
Big round of applause there for Ovi McBegor. Give him a chance to rest up before tomorrow's Youth League final as well.
Now off this, we just want to go off some serious stuff just for 30 seconds. Little birdie tells me, well actually, I wandered in and saw it for myself, but someone had a birthday recently and there might have been a couple of balloons in someone's office for their birthday a couple of weeks ago.
And they lasted a couple of weeks, to be honest, because everyone refused to clean them up. Thanks, Dwayne. Yeah.
How many balloons did we have in the office, Greg?
65. 65. Tough finish.
It's almost.
Okay.
Is that like 3 for every year of your age? Or 4?
You're about right. You're about right.
Con couldn't get it to go.
Bounces it off Con's foot.
I'm trying to double header weekend. The players don't want it, but wouldn't it be?
Wow!
But wouldn't it be nice in the last home game of the year to go to an OT here? Just throwing it out there with 4 minutes to go.
That would have raised the roof. I think that would have been.
Had got that to go.
I think that would have been dunk number 4 for Sykes tonight. Tough D from Ava. Con with that mid-range. Able to get it to go. Strong boards from McKay.
Just looking over to the Wildcats bench, and we have Whelan ready to check back in. I think that sort of turned in the third quarter, got it going with Whelan playing in the 1, freeing up Doyle in the 2, just be a scorer.
Tough finish from McKay.
So with a bit of luck, we go back to that, and we get a run here in the last 3 minutes to get them over the line, and we don't have to go to overtime.
We've never been shy about being biased on our commentary here at Eltham in NBL1. We're good to see that's continued through to the final round.
Costas inside.
Contact, no foul.
I think Sykes put his hands behind his head, said, no, I didn't hit him.
Yep, it's Spectres by 3 here with 3 minutes to go.
Foul being on Costas. Sykes. Taking a little bit to get up here as his teammates rally around him.
Had a few niggles. Had a few niggles this week, Sykes. So might just be one of those sore spots that's got a bit of a bump.
There's also not too much of him, Greg, in the of his body, so it might be just that. A little bit stronger body from Costas running through him.
Hello to the Sykes family over in the States. But you're right. You are right.
On his feet, Wildcats get around him. While we're off the serious stuff, tell me, second home down the road or Chatty's Pods in the office? What would be your pick?
Well, here we go. We're all tied now.
I called OT and I'm sticking with it.
A little mismatch here with Doyle having to defend Con inside.
You see Whelan wanting to come, Sykes off his feet. They get it to
everybody
him.
ran away and Costas ends up with it.
Players that jump.
See with
Jason
referee
Kelly in
Jason
our
Kelly
way.
standing in the way, but hey, he's got a more important role than what we do.
Great screen there from Ava. You see Doyle wants to create again. Costas on skates. Doyle, no good. Foul's going to be called. I believe it's going to go on McKay here. So back to your coffee, Greg. Is it second home or is it what do you prefer? Chatty's Pods coffee or
Chatty, for those at home, Chatty is the referee coach, Steve Chad, who's our financial manager here at the club. At value for money, Chatty's wins. But, you know, second home, we're getting a fair shout out for a company that doesn't sponsor us just quietly. They take a fair bit of money of mine. No, we enjoy the walk and the fresh air on the walk to the cafe.
just wake up our little floor wiper down there, Dwayne, again?
Yeah, got to keep the floor wipers engaged.
See Doyle and McDonald wheeling on right. McKay on Swatala. Sykes on Con. Ava on Steele. We've got a 2-point game. Here, lob. Swatala will be fouled.
That'll be McKay. It's only his second, so. But that puts now the Wildcats in the bonus. We have a timeout to the Wildcats.
This is an example tonight of an established club at this level in Nunawading versus a new club at this level. And I say that from the point of view, if you look at Nunawading, to me, as an outsider looking upon Seabull, Nunawading is a club that has stayed stable with its playing group in the men's competition, has evolved it, that they've got some mainstays there, and they've been at the top of that tree. I think I've heard people speak about them as like the Spurs at this level in terms of their longevity and their teamwork, but I admire that. And at the same time, you sit here as a new club that's come in. We've stayed loyal this year to our guys that did so well at Big V, but you add the Adam Doyle, Jeremy McKay types in there. But we would love to be in the scenario that Nunawading is in, where you start to see the likes of where they've got Costa and a couple of other young blokes moving into their team, or they've come into their team. You know, you got the Ovies, the Whelans, the Yamunis, and, you know, maybe you could sell O'Connor at some stage in the near future, but you're seeing those young blokes start to come in. But, you know, you really got to admire the structure that Nunawading's had for his Seabull and into NBL1, and something that we certainly would like to follow.
And I think that gives the kids coming here watching, go, hey, I want to play in that when I'm getting older.
Yep.
Gives them something to dream and go and chase.
And it's it's consistency for your crowd too. They know kids know who they're coming to watch season to season, which is important. And it's a big reason why we brought Josh back this year too.
Swatala comes up a little bit short on the foul shot.
2-point game. We called overtime, Greg. We might. Sticking by it?
Sticking by it.
Dwayne?
I'm going Wildcats by 1.
Doyle, bring the ball down the floor here. He's going to try and ice it here. He's going to split the gap. Lob here. Dunk on Simon Conn. A bit of smile on his face as he comes down the floor. Just lifts the Wildcats a little here.
And you just see the kids at the back of the stand still up on their feet.
McDonald with the 3. No good. Con will come up with the boards. Here's Steele on the wing. Sykes against
Con
Con.
wants to go here. With Sykes on 4, he's not going to be able to go too
McKay
aggressive,
with
but
the
McKay,
Doyle. Adam Doyle, no good. McKay, strong boards. And one! Jeremy McKay gives them the double cobra.
The double cobra. Is that what it's called?
oh, it's just a lot of flexing there.
No. I liked it.
I think when you got the muscles to go with it, Greg, it looks a little bit better as well.
No, fair. No,
We get the sub
I like
with
it.
Steele checks out and Costas comes back in.
You see the just the young blokes that have
we should have charged these domestic blokes $5 for the last few minutes, eh?
Whelan
Whelan
come up
comes
with the
up.
board.
It's that offensive rebound we're talking about all night, Tommy.
I
You've
have
got to keep it alive and give yourself another chance to score.
Sykes flips the screen. You're going to see the switch here. Swatala on Doyle. Pull up Doyle. Short. Trying to chase after it. Shot clock's going to go off. Whelan having a chat with the Youth League boys. But a 1 point game here, Dwayne. Minute to go.
Minute to go.
What more could you ask for, Greg, on the last home game here at the Wildcat Den?
Well, you know what? To come away 2-0 against Nunawading would be extraordinary. Again, come back to the respect I gave them earlier. It'd be significant for the program.
See Swatala inside. McKay on him. McKay just trying to stand up tall. Chest up. Swatala with the hook. Tipped by Sykes.
Tipped by Sykes.
There's going to be a
There'll
foul call.
Be on Ava, I think, under the rim on the rebound for Con.
Foul be on McKay
Okay.
on the second action.
That'll be his third.
39 seconds to go here. Con on the line. Bit of noise from the Wildcats. And you just see that experience. Just blocks it out. Goes through his routine and knocks in the first. We've got a tied ball game.
Short-armed it. Looked like he wasn't convinced, but
Rattled in.
rattled in.
Doyle with the ball here.
And it's the Spectres by 1 with 35 seconds to go. Couple of possessions here. Wildcats
Sykes,
score.
little floater.
Sykes comes up short.
No good. Con with the board. It's going to go to right. You're going to see double team here. They're going to kick it to Swatala at the end. And he's going to go up two
Taylor
hands.
goes up with a 2.
Timeout here. 3 point game.
Well, this overtime is
Ava for 3 to tie.
Ava for 3.
I'm just having a look here, Greg. 18 and a half seconds on the clock. Dwayne, you might want to chip in on this as well. Do you take it from the backcourt and use the full time? Or do you advance it?
Well, tough one. I reckon I'm taking it from the back. Use the full 18 on the clock.
I'm with you. Absolutely.
And make sure you get a score. Spectres are almost probably expecting it to advance, so they might step off. But it'll almost be making sure Whelan gets the inbound pass, leave Doyle and Ava open so that they can get open to be scores. So we see Sykes, looks like he subs out.
Looked like Shaffett went in there.
He's chatting with physio.
And the
They
Wildcats
looks like they are going to advance it here, the Wildcats.
Well,
And the Brisbane Lions, Tommy, you're a little bit distracted. We're here on the Wildcats right now.
just having a look at the score, just seeing how they're going. And you'll see Doyle throw it in.
it must be going to be a quick 3 that goes up here.
Con looking to check back in. Here's McKay. Down low, going to hit McKay here. Screen from Ava. Doyle puts the ball on the floor. Quick 2.
Easy 2, and we get timeout.
We've got a sub here. Sub here. Wildcats are looking to come on the floor, and now there's that timeout.
And with 13.7 to go, Spectres lead by 1. This is going to be a last fun 14 seconds.
Might be a long 14 seconds as well.
Well, am I fouling him and putting him on the line straight away so I can get the ball back? Or if I'm the Spectres, I'm going to spread the floor, keep throwing the ball around, and just run the clock out. So,
Well, I'm not sure who you're going to foul to go to the free throw line, though. Tom Wright's 93% for the season.
Well,
Simon Con's 86% for the season.
might be McDonald at 52.
McDonald.
Might be the only option here.
That shocks me. That is it 52 over the season, but there you go. He is 4 of 4 tonight. So you either take that as he's shooting well or he's due to miss.
Well.
Andrew Steele at 50%. That shocked me as well. And Swatala at 73. We'll see where they go here.
The ball will go to right here, you would assume.
Well, especially
93%.
with McDonald inbounding the ball. And he's got to make sure Sykes doesn't jump over the line and get the technical.
Sykes, active here. Looking to get it in. There's Con. McKay tried to steal it from behind. Con to the line.
An 86% free throw shooter. 1 of 2 tonight.
Well, smart play from the Spectres to send your best foul shooter to go and get the ball.
Wildcats, I don't think have any timeouts. You hear the noise straight away. Waldron just waving them on here on the bench for the Wildcats. And you see Con hits the first.
And it's
Beat those kids from a couple of years ago that stood on the baseline, almost jumped on the court, scaring this free throw shooting against Ringwood.
With those, we had some paint cans, I think, that night.
Paint cans, yeah, they were right on. Right, so
sub and a timeout. So that'll be the final timeout for the Wildcats.
It's been 6 seconds of gameplay since we're in exactly the same situation.
The obvious thing now is to advance it. And your overtime, Greg, isn't looking too bad right now.
The crowd wants it.
Depend
Give the crowd
on
what they want.
We'll see what the defensive play of the Spectres go with here.
Looks like Costas is checking in for Con. And Sykes has checked out. Probably Shafford looks like he's coming back in. So
they're prepared to give up the 2 again. We saw on that last play they were willing to give up the 2. And that's that Con going out. Ensures you've got that mobility around the perimeter.
I think from the Wildcats now, they have to take the 3. No point getting a 2. Still being down, you got to take the 3.
Just the way they're talking right now, it was almost as if Swatala was going to start on the opposite side. We'll see. Ava here, going to come off a pick from Whelan. In here, Doyle with the pull-up. He's fouled! Doyle! How's that not a foul, though? He's looking for the foul.
He's almost jumped on his back like riding a horse.
That was
and the benches are up.
We got a 3-point.
Well, there's discussion over whether it's a 2 or a 3.
A few of the Youth League boys just pointing out that it was a 3.
That was, well, we've had a little replay on the video here, and going on the video, it's a 2, but it's on the referee's call.
What are we going with here?
It looks like they're going to change this.
We might ask the score bench what they thought it was here. And judge by the decisions, the reactions, it is a 2.
I think Trevor suggesting that he only went over the line because he got a push in the back.
Yeah, well, that's probably a little bit fair.
A few comments coming over the shoulders here. But,
Young Finbar Maley sharing his thoughts with the...
you see a fair few people on their feet now. Top of the grandstand, they're on their feet. Just Jordan Royal was the one that came over and pointed out that it was a 2.
Probably expect Con to run and get this ball to get the foul shooter to get on the foul line.
See Sykes being active here. Sykes active. McKay in the lanes.
Well, that's a lot of 5 seconds.
It's going to go into McDonald. They're going to get across to Wright. Wright's going to get fouled.
3.4 seconds.
No timeouts for the Wildcats.
Probably at a 93% foul shooter for Wright. It's going to be 3 seconds here. Expect to be knock these 2 in.
Plenty of noise here. He hits the first.
The crowd is up with a cheer, but he knocks down the first.
Hits the second.
It's the second.
No timeouts here. McKay with the 3 ball.
With the 3.
No good. End of the game here at the high school. You got the Spectres taking a 3-point win. Simon Conn almost got his hands on that last play.
Couldn't quite get it to go, but a great game here tonight with the Spectres coming out on top, 97-94.
You
As
see
all the players are coming over to
shake the referee's hand.
shake the referee's hands.
And a few words
Still a
there
bit
from the
arguing,
coaches.
a little bit chit-chat, but
Smile on Ronopoulos' face. And you see Coach Trevor Lee coming over just to have a chat to the fans. Just a bit of a little thank you to the crowd. And always. Wildcats always getting support from their fans. You see Coach Lee will join his group here in the middle. And might have been just a little bit of take some time and see the crowd. Spend some time with them. But, what a game.
They should be immensely proud with what they put out there tonight. Like at half-time, they were down 13 or 14. It looked like they were down the tube there, but hey, they just never give up, keep fighting, kept ticking away to get back into it. And to go down to the on the last shot almost, make that one and we go to overtime, but unfortunately couldn't get it to go. But taking that step up from Big V into NBL1, and they've been competitive in all but maybe a couple of games, and one of those definitely due just to lack of numbers with injuries and other commitments on, and having to go to Albury and play with 8 was pretty tough. But all in all, they should be immensely proud with what they've done with that group that come up from Big V last season.
You talk about tough games, and they got a chance to go tomorrow and finish on a win. Take on the Tigers at MSAC, 4 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. You're only going there to win.
Well, that's it. You finish off the season with a win. Unfortunately, didn't get that one tonight, but experience of the Spectres come out in the end. But it's always it's a bit like golf, really, for me, Tommy. That you always hit 1 or 2 good shots right in the last couple of holes to get you sucked in to come back again. So to finish off the year with a great game tonight, and then if you can get a win tomorrow against the Tigers, it just keeps you enthused to work harder in the off season to get better, to come back again and play again next year.
Yeah, great game it was. You talk great game. Last time I'm pretty sure it was around that 30-point margin for the Wildcats. A completely different group back then to what we saw tonight. We just saw a bit of passion, saw guys that were just willing to throw everything at it right until the last play. And that's all it's about. You look at that last defensive play and you had guys that were just scrapping everywhere just to try and get a steal, try and get that ball back and just give the fans a little bit of a reason as to we're playing for you guys. We want you to keep coming back, and this is why we're playing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you see the stand full every home game. It's because they've been given effort and they've been competing, and that's what the fans like. So
as it is, Dwayne, that is our last chance.
That's it for
this
NBL1 at the Wildcats Den.
It is here at the Wildcats Den, and it's the last chance we got. But we just want to say thank you to all the families of our interstate players, our international players that would have tuned in, and thank you to all the fans otherwise that were watching tonight. And we'll see you guys hopefully back next season,
bigger and better in 2020.
Ready to go.
Thank you, Tom. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good luck tomorrow against Diamond Valley.
Thank you very much, Dwayne, and enjoy yourself as well.
We'll do. See you later.